My video for September 24th, 2017 is entitled The Mass Mind Control Prison. It is painful to begin waking up and discovering that much of what you thought was true and real is nothing more than a program created by ego-maniacs and control freaks who believe they have the right to run and rule the world. It seems to me they have gained near total control through the monetary system, media, religions, and, of course, governments, which means mind control. For those who have been even somewhat awake for some time and have tried to alert others, it becomes very disappointing to realize that there are no saviors, no supermen or women that are coming to rescue us. Awakening, it seems, is a slow and often painful process, and most take the red pill, not risking the consequences of the blue pill revelations. While some of us find those we can partner with to some degree, most of us end up alone. Of course, that is my plight. Yes, there are those who offered thanks and seem to genuinely appreciate my efforts through the years, including recording over 2,450 videos every day since January 2011. Frankly, I'm tired of living in a virtual prison of mind-controlled zombies. Oh, I went to hear my son's band Orangatanga play last night, and I didn't get home till after midnight, and it just turned 5:30 a.m. here in Melbourne, Florida. I didn't, as I said, get home till after midnight, and it's the leader of the band. It was his birthday today. I didn't know that today, so I shout out a happy birthday to Jared Campbell, who he and my son have been friends since he was in his mid-teens, and a long time. They've played together in other bands, and this band, I mean, they did an outstanding performance last night. So it was interesting to watch the people dance, and the crowd just was very excited. And I have to admit, it was a very, very good concert. I liked the first half better than the second half, because the second half there were so many people jammed up to the front that the table, even though I was in the front row of the people sitting down, there were so many people standing between the front table and the stage that I couldn't even see the band hardly at all. But that's the way it goes. It was a good turnout, very nice turnout last night. But as I come back to the computer here this morning, and I wrote this blurb yesterday before I went to the concert, so that it would be ready when I woke up this morning. I come to the computer and I read the blurb that I had written, and yes, for me, folks, it is very discouraging. You've heard me say that again and again in the past while, and you know, I have longed all my life to have change that I can not only believe in, but experience. Yes, I've heard promises from various sources that change is happening. It's happening now. Even the currency revaluation. I keep getting messages on a daily basis that it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Of course, I've been hearing it now since June last year, and this is what? It's almost the end of September, not quite yet. We still have a little bit more to go. I think next Sunday is the October 1st, and I actually have a speaking engagement next Sunday at a local group here. In any case, I've been trying to hang on and trying to hold as much of a positive attitude as I can. However, as I continue to look at certain videos and read certain things that are sent to me and pay attention as much as I can to what's going on, I have greatly limited the amount of time I spend on the computer. Even when I'm home all day, as I was yesterday, I get away from the computer. I try to sleep. That's not an easy task. I mean, I might get a half an hour, 45 minutes here and there, but I don't get long periods of sleep. Last night was a little bit better than it was the previous night, but that's because I was so exhausted after such a long day yesterday and going to hear my son's band play and that energy that I was in all the time. I mean, it took me a little while to fall asleep, but I did fall asleep. And I got maybe, I don't know, 3.5 hours, 4 hours of sleep, which is good. So here I am making another video and talking about the awakening process being very slow. And indeed, it is a slow process. And some of the people that are involved are saying that it's going to still take many years yet before we reach the point where we can actually see the positive changes that many of us have worked for and anticipated. And yet, as I think I said in the previous video, some of the people that I worked with to reestablish the Republic don't seem to want to play an active role. Some of them have thrown their cards in behind Donald Trump, and that's still a corporate government, and it's still very much aligned and allied also with Israel and worldwide terrorists that still want to bring down everybody that stands against them, like the nation of Iran and the nation of North Korea. They're two of the main targets these days of the current Illuminati. And of course, Israel wants to make everybody a target that stands in their way of taking over that entire region of the world and claiming it all for themselves, and eradicating Islam and eradicating everybody that doesn't do what they want them to do. They want a slave society that will obediently do what they're told and accept their leadership and their rulership, if you will, over the earth. And I'm not ever going to, I would rather have them kill me than play their game. It's a sick game. It's a losing battle. And I'm awake enough at least to see that I've been mind controlled as well. Not just you. And I had one of my longtime friends write to me when I come to the computer this morning. He wrote to me, was it on YouTube or was it on Facebook? I think it was on YouTube, but he's not going to be communicating with me anymore because he feels like I've given up the battle or something. I don't know. He wrote several comments, and as he often does when he takes time to write comments, it's usually not just one, it's 4, 5, 6 comments, one after the other. But in any case, as I said, hanging on to the vision. I've not let it go, but it becomes more and more difficult and disheartening to see the same stuff going on, the same patterns that have been going on for a long time. Yes, there seems to be a little bit of evidence here and there that real change might be in progress, but it's not the significant changes that I'd like to see. Now, yesterday was supposed to be, was it yesterday or the day before? Was supposed to be the end of the world. I think it was yesterday, the 23rd of September. Some people were saying that was the end of the world. There were several videos I saw or things that people had sent me making that claim. Of course, the world didn't end, and I didn't expect it to. Things are going on, and so where there's life, there's hope that there might be changes. But I tried to find out how many videos I had, and I couldn't figure it out on YouTube. I couldn't figure out how many videos, and I put it on Facebook and asked friends, and they came back and said, you have 2,450 videos. So this would be 2,451. And I started doing them every day in January 2011. But we live on a planet of mind-controlled zombies, and I'd like to see that change. And I'm disappointed when I see things dragging on, and I hear reports that it's still going to take a long time before it actually manifests in this planet. Anyway, folks, I appreciate your support, and thank you for listening. Namaste.